Hey, cat. Hey, cat. I'm going to pray for my cat to magically appear on my lap. Oh, rats. Anyway, it seems to me that prayer is as fascinating and interesting a topic as one could ever discuss. Certainly tied for first, because if we were competent at prayer, we would be able to influence life and our lives and all lives for the greatest possible good. So I hope you have found the topic interesting and have come up with some new insights or new thoughts for yourself. But as I've thought about it this week, the best that I can come up with, what seems to resonate, the answer to my prayers to what prayer is and how to pray better is prayer is bringing myself into alignment. Prayer is anything and everything I do to bring myself into alignment with the truth of being, the flow of life, the presence of God. There's all these different ways to say it, but if I was to boil it down into one word, it would be alignment. And this reminded me of a particular line from a saint, and the saint said, pray without ceasing, pray without ceasing. So it's just another one of those wild and wacky lines of scripture that sort of twists the logic of the mind, because what are we going to do? Are we just going to be on our knees all day long praying? There are certain religions that pray many times during the day, and so are they praying ceaselessly? No, it's still just a few times. So what would it mean to pray ceaselessly? Pray without ceasing. What sort of wisdom might I or might we be able to take from that? Well, if every moment of our life is a prayer, every moment is devoted, every moment has a conscious, intentional desire and effort to bring oneself into alignment, we might say that that is praying without ceasing. In other words, every movement, every thought, every action, every intention, every behavior, every aim, every goal, every work, every activity was a constant means of bringing oneself into alignment. I've often thought this myself when I've been doing or teaching yoga, that these wacky positions that we get in and the movements associated to bring ourselves into a wacky position. I mean, if you think about one of the more complicated yoga poses where these great yogis are tying themselves into seeming knots, it just doesn't happen instantly. There's a host of alignment and movement and breath and adjustment, modulation, mitigation, that bring a body into these positions. And then when a yoga pose is, there's a term in yoga, fixed. When a pose is fixed, meaning it's established, then to me it seems like a bodily prayer. It seems like a bodily hieroglyph. It seems like a bodily shape that brings the body into alignment. So as we conclude our talk on prayer this week, it seems to me that when one person or one group says pray only for the knowledge of God's will and the power to carry that out, it could very well mean pray without ceasing. Every single movement, every thought, every attitude, every behavior, every movement that we make is designed to bring myself into alignment. And when I'm in alignment, then I'm not trying to coerce or convince God. I'm not begging or cajoling God into changing reality to fit my will. I think that's when prayer can really become just the exercise of self-will run riot. It's like reality's going one way, I don't like it, and I'm going to beg or try to convince God to change the entire universe to fit my will. To me, that seems like struggle and effort. Prayer, on the other hand, when things don't seem to be going my way, is to bring myself into alignment. So I don't judge the appearances of things. I don't judge the small appearance that my mortal eye sees. I can begin to see through that and I can see the truth. And this seems to me to be something that I can be engaged and involved in at all times. I can be praying when I'm driving. I can be praying when I'm working. I can be praying when I'm teaching a yoga class. I can be praying when I'm cleaning my house. Every single moment can be what I've heard called an open mic relationship with God. Every moment can be a gentle, calm, peaceful alignment with the highest that I know, bringing my consciousness into alignment so that I can see the truth in any moment. This seems to be the best that I can come up with. And it seems to really work. It seems to be something that delivers more and more effective results. And that when there's suffering around me for myself or for anyone else, praying ceaselessly brings about the greatest possible good for myself. And I honestly, beyond a shadow of a doubt, want to be the kind of prayer, the kind of healer that when he encounters suffering in somebody else, can align myself and help the other person align in such a way that suffering is eliminated and healing and restoration ensues. So there. All right, let's visit tomorrow and talk about prayer. See ya.